Steve Harvey was named after this guy.
A mustache.
I'm not kidding. Steve Harvey's real name is Broderick Stephen Harvey Sr., and that guy is Broderick Crawford, actor in the movie Big House USA, which is currently streaming on Amazon Prime in the US. Now, if you want to see a very rotten group of guys, you have a couple options. You can come over to my house for movie night with the boys, or you can watch Big House USA, a 1 hour, 23-minute film noir prison escape movie from 1955 directed by Howard W. Koch, who is Cooper Koch's grandpa. You may know Cooper from Swallowed, They/Them, and Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. I haven't seen any of them, but I imagine more possible viewers know who he is, more so than they know the rest of the cast, so this is me trying to connect with modern tastes here. Let me know in the comments if any of those are any good. But I want to say, you ought to check this movie out and check these guys out, because the guys in this movie are all great. I love movies about groups of rotten guys. Anytime there's a scene where they list a bunch of people and the crimes they did and how infamous they are, I'm hooting and hollering. I always think of the scene in Con Air where they list the people on the airplane as the pinnacle of this.
His name is Cyrus Grissom, aka Cyrus the Virus.
And this movie has it too. The plot is basically a rich kid at a summer camp doesn't want to get shots for his asthma, so he runs away and there's a search. A guy, played by Ralph Meeker, finds him and helps him climb a tower and puts him in that abandoned tower with some food, ostensibly so that he can get help. But yeah, it's a kidnapping. The kid's dad is rich, so the guy hatches a plan to get ransom money for the kid. There's a ransom payment, one thing leads to another, the kid doesn't get returned, but all they can prove is that the guy extorted the dad. So he hides the money and goes off to jail, where they put him with the worst of the worst, and we get our scene introducing all the awful dudes.
Bank robber is the mad dog type. Narcotic runner. He started out by knocking off husbands to order for itchy wives. You know, he's not a bad guy.
I love that. Give me all that you got. And so the rest of the movie is the guys being extremely brutal to each other, planning and executing the escape, and going after the money. And this is 1950s film noir, so you can probably guess that it's not going to go well for anyone. And the strength of this movie is in those dudes. I've ranted about this before, but I'm really concerned about Hollywood's ability to produce really good, disgusting guys. I haven't seen either of the Squad movies. I can't say that first part in here, I think. But part of the reason I haven't been too interested in them is that the people are too hot. Like, let's do a side-by-side of the 2016 one versus this movie. Who just looks more awful? Is it Will Smith, Jared Leto, Joel Kinnaman, Jai Courtney, Karen Fukuhara, Jay Hernandez, and Cara Delevingne? Or Broderick Crawford, William Talman, Lon Chaney Jr., Charles Bronson, and Willis Boucher? And I'm sorry, but that second group is just so much more believable to me. You got Broderick Crawford ordering a guy to be steamed alive rather than ruin the escape plan. You got Charles Bronson prison jacked and reading very straight magazines. You got William Talman somehow looking as evil as he did in the movie The Hitchhiker, where he plays a deranged guy who has an eye that's always open. And you have Lon Chaney Jr. moving like an old big dog and maniacally focused on whittling a buxom wooden lady. Now, you do have Felicia Farr in this movie, who is unfathomably beautiful, but still. I guess what I'm saying is Hollywood just doesn't seem to cast people like this in movies anymore, especially like in starring roles and stuff like this, which I think is sad. Give me some like normal looking people of all shapes and sizes and colors, not just like the hot version of everything. So yeah, I love this movie. A perfect little awful noir with a bunch of awful guys that me and my awful friends had a good time watching. Definitely looking forward to watching more stuff by Broderick Crawford in particular, as he was amazing in Il Badone too. That's a very strong recommend for me as well. Thanks for watching. Please smash that like and follow if you somehow made it this far.